You can reclaim 20 years of your life by never sleeping more than 20 minutes. Most people would collapse, but a few have become superhuman. The secret is hidden in a biological glitch that hackers are weaponizing right now, but there is a terrifying reason why the government won't tell you about it. By the end of this, you will understand how to bypass exhaustion and work 20 hours every single day. This is the story of the Uberman cycle. It is a method so extreme it redefines what it means to be alive. But first, we have to look at the zombie zone. Most people sleep 8 hours in one big chunk, which is actually a modern invention. We are programmed to sleep like predators, in short, violent bursts of recovery. When you hack this, your brain begins to process data at 3 times the normal speed, but the cost of entry is higher than you think. Here is the weird part: your brain starts eating its own waste products while you are still awake. If you miss a single 20-minute nap, your IQ can drop by 40 points in minutes. It feels like your thoughts are turning into liquid, and what happens on day 3 is even more bizarre. The standard 8-hour sleep cycle is actually a productivity trap designed for factory workers. By breaking your sleep into 6 tiny naps, you stay in a permanent state of high-intensity REM. You stop dreaming in your sleep and start dreaming while you are awake, but your body will fight you. In REM sleep, your brain repairs your mind, but your body stays paralyzed. When you master micronapping, you can trigger this state in under 60 seconds. It is like hitting a factory reset button on your consciousness 6 times a day. However, the transition period is a literal living nightmare. This is where the zombie zone begins, and your skin might actually start feeling like it is crawling. Your body temperature drops to near hypothermic levels because it thinks you are dying. You will crave sugar like a drug just to keep your heart beating, but the real hallucinations are just around the corner. By day 4, people report seeing shadow people standing in the corners of their rooms. These aren't ghosts, they are your dreams leaking into your waking reality. Your brain is so desperate for REM that it starts projecting images onto your retinas, but if you can survive this, you become something else entirely. There is a moment where the pain suddenly vanishes and a terrifying clarity takes over. You no longer feel tired. You feel like you are vibrating. Your memory becomes photographic because your brain is constantly saving files. But what I haven't told you yet is the part that makes everything worse. Some users report their brain forgets how to form words because it is too busy dreaming. You can solve complex math equations, but you can't remember how to order a pizza. Your social life begins to disintegrate because you live in a different timeline than everyone else. You become a ghost in a world of sleepers. Leonardo da Vinci and Nikola Tesla supposedly used versions of this secret sleep schedule. They didn't have more hours in the day, they just used the ones everyone else wasted. They were operating on a level of consciousness that most people can't even imagine, but there is a reason they were considered madmen. When you only sleep 2 hours total per day, a week feels like a month. You experience the passage of time differently, which can lead to a total break from reality. Most people quit because the loneliness of 4 a.m. is too much to handle, but for those who stay, the rewards are impossible to ignore. Here is something truly crazy. Experienced micronappers can actually sleep while they are walking. Their brain shuts down half of the hemisphere while the other half navigates the sidewalk. It is a biological trick used by migratory birds and now, by extreme productivity hackers, but don't try this in traffic. Your metabolism shifts into overdrive, and you might need to eat 5,000 calories just to stay awake. Your body is burning fuel at a massive rate to keep your brain from crashing. It is like running a Ferrari engine on a lawnmower's gas tank, and the side effects get even weirder. There is one detail nobody mentions: your perception of aging actually changes because you are conscious for so much longer. You are technically living more life than your peers, but your body is still ticking. It is the ultimate life hack, but it comes with a social prison. At 3 a.m., the entire world is dead, and there is absolutely nothing to do. This silence is where most people's minds finally snap. You start talking to yourself just to hear a human voice. The productivity is incredible, but the isolation is a heavy price to pay. If you do this wrong, you can cause permanent damage to your cardiovascular system. Your heart doesn't know when to rest, which can lead to chronic stress. It is a high-stakes gamble with your own biology. But what if there was a safer way to get the same results? Scientists have found a middle ground called the everyman cycle. It consists of 1 core sleep and 3 tiny naps throughout the day. It gives you an extra 6 hours of life without the shadow people or the liquid brain, but even this requires a level of discipline most people lack. To make it work, you have to use the Nappuccino hack. You drink a cup of coffee and immediately lie down for exactly 20 minutes. The caffeine hits your system exactly when you wake up from your micro nap. it is the most powerful energy boost known to man, but timing is everything. You must train your brain to fall asleep on command, like a light switch. This takes weeks of practice and a lot of failed attempts. You have to create a sleep cave that is perfectly dark and silent. If you hear a single noise, the cycle is ruined, and the exhaustion returns. Imagine having an extra 40 hours every single week to build a business or learn a language. That is over 2,000 extra hours a year. You would effectively be living 2 lives in the span of one. This is how the elite secretively stay ahead of the curve. The trick is forcing your brain into REM immediately, skipping the light sleep phases. This is called REM rebound, and it is the holy grail of sleep science. Your brain becomes incredibly efficient at repairing itself in record time, but you have to be willing to suffer for the first 10 days. Most people fail because they try to do it all at once. You have to slowly shave off 30 minutes of sleep every night for a month. Your body needs to learn that sleep is a luxury, not a right. It is a brutal process, but the results are almost magical. Once you adapt, your energy levels stay flat all day long. No more afternoon crashes or morning grogginess. You wake up from a 20-minute nap feeling like you slept for 10 hours. It is the closest thing to a real-life superpower that we have discovered. By reclaiming those hours, you aren't just being productive, you are extending your conscious existence. You will see more sunrises in a year than most people see in a lifetime. You are essentially hacking your own mortality. But remember, the brain always wants its debt paid eventually. The solution isn't to stop sleeping, it is to sleep smarter. Start with one 20-minute nap in the afternoon and see how your focus explodes. You don't need to be in Uberman to see the benefits. Even a small change can give you back years of your life. We have been lied to about the 8-hour rule for centuries. Your brain is capable of so much more if you just stop treating it like a machine. The secret of micronapping is available to everyone, but only the brave will use it. Will you be one of them? The world is changing, and the people who own their time will own the future. Don't let your life slip away while you are unconscious. Master your sleep, and you will finally master your world. The 20-minute revolution starts as soon as you close your eyes.